Hey there, restaurant pros. David Scott Peters here, creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula and your coach. Do you watch the reality bar and restaurant shows? Truth be told, I can only watch them when my wife isn't around because she hates it when I actually yell at the TV. In this video, I want to share with you why I think Jon Taffer's Bar Rescue is unrealistic. Hey, before you tune me out, I actually going to tell you first why I have mad respect for him, what he's doing for our industry. And it's my opinion, he really freaking cares about the operators he works with. So stay tuned with me. I'll share with you what I mean. Hey, if you like tips and tricks like this, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. Oh yeah, that bell so you're notified when my next video tip comes out. And if you want more tips and tricks for running a profitable restaurant or hear restaurant owner success stories, make sure you tune into my podcast, Restaurant Prosperity Formula, found on all the popular podcasting services. So last night, I watched Jon Taffer's Bar Rescue. It was the Paradise Cantina Las Vegas episode, which was recorded during the pandemic. And again, truth be told, Jon Taffer was on point. He told that owner that the pandemic was an excuse. See, before the pandemic, his sales were already decreasing by 30%. So there was something else going on in his business way before the pandemic hit. It just magnified it. Taffer said the challenges he was facing were all a result of lack of management, waste, and bad training. These are truths in our industry that often take operators out. Taffer was on point. Jon went on to talk about the importance of consistency, making sure the guest gets the same product every single time, that drink is the same every single time. Accountability, holding his team accountable who were giving away drinks, literally robbing him of his profits. They had poured probably $3,600 in what should have been rung up in the register, but only $1,800 was actually rung up. And knowing your numbers to actually understand that there was over $150,000, if I remember correctly, that was left on the table because of bad management. And he was right. All of his insights and advice were sound and on point. So here's where I have a problem with the show. Now, disclaimer here, I've auditioned for several shows myself. And if I get the opportunity, I would accept these unrealistic expectations in order to help as many operators that I can and gain the notoriety to explode my business. So this again is no way a negative on what Taffer is doing. So the gist of the show and what it takes to make it work is really over about 4 days, right? There's day one, the evaluation. Taffer and his team come in with hidden cameras and they say, look how bad the food is. Look how bad the drinks are. Look how bad the inconsistencies. Look how dirty the place is. You know, depending on how many episodes you've watched, you've seen some really scary stuff. Well, truth be told, while a lot of that is set up for TV, that's a reality in our business. Many of us don't know what's going on in our business because we don't really look at it with a customer's eyes. We want to blame others. Now, day two of the show is the stress test, right? Come in, we tell the owner what's going on, and Taffer says, okay, here's my team. We're going to help you in the kitchen. We're going to help you behind the bar. And we're just a little bit tell you what's going on, and boom, we're going to stress you out. We're going to put a line of people in and see how you handle the stress test. Now, I don't believe in a stress test. Like if I'm opening a brand new restaurant, I'm telling my member, my client, hey, you're going to do a soft open. We're going to click the lights on like a Monday and tell no one. Oh, by the way, this is after 2, 3, 4 days of friends and family controlled environment where we test and train and test and train. Because I don't want to open up on a Friday. I don't want to open up on a holiday because that's when I have my ass kicked. And then everybody in the world thinks I suck because everyone's new. So I get the gist. It's good TV. Day 3, the remodel and retraining. Now the remodel, I got to tell you, even if sometimes it's lipstick on a pig, it's pretty cool. When you can have your place remodeled and changed, that your guests can have something new, I will tell you, dollars to donuts, that anybody that invests in their business, whether it's paint on the walls, renovating a bathroom, making a change to a bar top, your sales will increase. So it's a brilliant piece of their model, as well as just this uplifting and pride that comes along with seeing that when you're the operator, when you get stuck in the rut and seeing the same thing day after day. And then there's the retraining on day 3. Like, we're going to train our staff how to bartend. Now, the beautiful part is, and Taffer brings in, experts. He's got a mixologist behind the bar, and these people, these men and women they bring in, they're sharp. Like, he does his homework. He doesn't bring in some schlep. So the guy behind the bar in this episode was teaching him how to make great drinks, how speed and consistency were important, not only to profitability, but the guest satisfaction. In the kitchen, the chef that was working there, this guy was like, I think 3 or 4 times nominated Michelin star, right? In a basically a sports bar for all intents and purposes, in a kitchen that had 1 cook. Now, I don't know about you, when you redo a menu, it takes a lot more training than let me show you what you're going to do today, let alone get the ingredients in and so on. So I got to believe there's a little bit of a time lapse, right? Between these 4 days, that it may not be 4 consecutive days, but that's what it looks like in TV, because I don't know how they get that done. Day 4 is the relaunch. This is when we line up all the people. The place looks brand new and beautiful. The staff starts to kick ass and the owner's happy. So why would I think that's unrealistic? Well, I'm going to tell you, there are 3 things that make me think, man, this show is really unrealistic, and change the name of the show to any one of them. Number 1, you can't change a company culture in 4 days. See, if there's one thing you really look at, even Taffer talks about it, is, holding your people accountable, retraining them, making sure the guest has a great experience, turning the owner around into the owner, or I should say leader, that restaurant or bar needs. That can't happen by clicking your fingers and overnight, bang, you're there. It takes time. In fact, I would tell you it takes 6 months to a year to change company culture. It'll require changing people. It'll require you changing your mindset, being introspective, and again, becoming the leader your restaurant needs. That doesn't happen overnight. 2, you can't insert a new menu, new drinks, new point of sale system, new electronics, and so on overnight. Think about it. So I used to be a franchisor, and we had cookie cutter sports bar restaurants ready to go for our franchisees. And we'd open up on, get them going and what have you. And the owner, it would take weeks for them to figure out how to use the sound system alone with the 12 different direct satellite boxes so that we could have all the different games playing, to the sound system, to karaoke, to whatever it was. And when have you ever seen a point of sale system get installed in 1 day and everybody magically knows how to use it and it was programmed perfectly? Like, you can't do this overnight. New menus take planning, time, procurement of products, testing, recipe costing cards, pictures, build charts. Like, you understand? Prep systems, ordering systems. But I get it. Again, it's over 4 days, but there is a chance, and I don't know this for sure, that there's more than 4 days that happen. At least I know the chef's going in there prepared with all that stuff in place. We know that mixologist's coming in with everything in place. We know that Taffer's already done his homework and knows what the design is going to be. And oh, by the way, on a side note, I wish I had his skill to truly understand how to make the flow work. I can walk into a place, tell you what's wrong, but he really has a talent on truly changing the environment for the guest. So you can't do this overnight. Number 3, there's so much more to running a profitable bar or restaurant than the show has time to share. Right? You've got to put systems in place for everything. There's not a system too small or too large in your business. From counting out a bar door the same way every single time, to going to dollars per labor hour worked and advanced analysis of your labor. You've got to have systems in place for hiring and firing. You've got to have systems in place for ordering product, prepping product, right? Controlling the waste, preventing theft, taking inventories, recipe costing cards. Do I need to go on? Right? There's so much that goes on that you have to get done. And the truth of the matter is, you can't snap your fingers and have it happen overnight, let alone in 4 days. It takes 6 months to a year. And here's the other part. There is no freaking finish line. Like, there's no end of the show in your life where you High five, we got everything done. There's always something else to improve and do better at. But here's the deal, I'll tell you, the show's good TV. It's great TV. People who don't understand the restaurant business love to watch the drama and everything goes on. So why did I go into this? Because here's the message I want you to take away from this video. You need to take a play or two directly out of Taffer's playbook. It's good stuff. It really is. What I really want you to know, it's a TV show and there's no one coming to rescue you. There's no Taffer walking in your building tomorrow to rescue you. You have to be the one to take the bull by the horns and ensure the future for your bar or restaurant is bright. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do so that your business ensures consistency for the guests, that they have the same experience every single time, that the restaurant 101 is dead on point, right? Hot food hot, cold food cold, clean, safe work environment for the guest employees, wow, customer service, incredible product. That product comes out the same portion, the same flavor profile. The cocktails come out with the same portions, the same flavor profile, the same look. The restaurant's clean. Guests notice nothing but the other guests they're with. The service is on point, that they only notice the guests they're with, that they have a great time, that you create memories. What are you going to do in your business to ensure the accountability? Are you putting systems in place, training your managers on what the job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more importantly, by when, and then holding them accountable, what I call answerable. Because when you've done that, there's no conflict. They know exactly what you want done, by when, how well. And now you have a management team that can run the business. There is no conflict when you call them on doing something they've done incorrectly. And finally, what are you going to do in your business to ensure that you know your numbers, right? Do you have the right chart of accounts? Do you have the right systems in place so that which we measure improves? Do we have a budget to know the targets we need to reach for? Or are you using national averages found in an industry rag or on the internet? Because that's not your restaurant. Using the wrong numbers can crush your business too. See, Jon Taffer's not walking through your door. It's time for you to take ownership for your mistakes and decide to learn how to change. Make that commitment today and learn what you don't know to become the leader your restaurant needs. If you're tired of not being able to leave your restaurant because no one else knows how to run it, I want to make sure you know it doesn't have to be that way. You can leave your restaurant. It is possible to build a team of people who know how you want the restaurant to run. With these trained and responsible people in place, you can give yourself time away. What would you do if you had time away from your restaurant? Would you sleep better? Would your relationships improve? Would you feel more relaxed? These are all things you deserve to experience as a business owner. It's why we own our own businesses. If you would like to learn how to own a restaurant that doesn't depend on you to be successful, click the link in the description to watch a free training course that teaches you exactly what you have to do. Also, be sure to subscribe to get my weekly tips and watch these 2 videos to get more information and guidance for running a successful restaurant.